I'm excited. Anybody? Anybody? Yes, this is the Gold Series. We have made it to Atlanta, the home of the 1996 Olympic Games, and now the home to the Gold Series for the second year in a row for the AVP. Good morning, or more likely afternoon or short evening for you. My name is Mark Sherman. Happy to be with you for the Gold Series. It's a late start here in the middle of the day, and that's because we go through the night into about 11 o'clock. What a tournament this will be. And our ladies for the first match are just about ready to get started. My man on the music, also on the mic, DJ Ruche. Hello.
Thanks, Mark. AVP Pro Series Atlanta. How's everybody doing out there? Yeah, you are. Thanks for coming out. Hi, Mike. This first match of the day here on Stadium Court. This first player was the 2011 Big West Conference Player of the Year out of Austin, Texas. Put your hands together for Jennifer Keddy. And her partner, she was the 2010 Gatorade Player of the Year in Louisiana, also from Austin, Texas. Put your hands together for Keddy Dickens. And on the other side of the net, we're going to announce them together because they are your returning champions. Had a little trouble in their hotel room this morning, so check out their Instagram. It's very entertaining. There was a saw and a hole involved. I'll let you figure it out on your own. This team is the returning champion, won their very first pro event together right here in Atlanta last year. Put your hands together for Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss. Nailed it.
DJ Ruche absolutely nailed it. Man, it is a shame that he only gets paid for DJing. He doesn't get paid any extra for doing the intros for the first couple of matches. I gotta talk to somebody about that. We'll see what we can do about that. Oh my goodness. Cameron Irwin, ready to announce the second match of the day, just walked in and she brought me coffee. Oh my goodness, Cameron, thank you. Oh, and the straw, crushing it. The biggest reason I'm happy that you're on site here, Cameron. Thank you for that, appreciate that. First point of the Atlanta Open is underway, and the first dig comes from Kristen Nuss, but the shot is barely out of bounds long, 1-0. As DJ Ruche mentioned, Nuss and Kloth coming into Atlanta, the defending champions in their first ever AVP just 1 year ago. They got the victory. Surprised some, but not the ones who really knew him. Beautiful pass on a tough serve up the middle and finding the open court, Kristen Nuss. Taryn Kloth, Kristen Nuss played together a year at LSU and lost exactly 0 matches together. That was in 2021, the year they won Atlanta, of course. There's a serve right up the middle, and I do believe we have got our first piece of broken equipment on Stadium Court. Taryn Kloth knocking a part of the LED board, part of the top of it just fell off the back. We're fine. It's fine. Shoots it way out there, but Taryn Kloth, after serving, getting up to the net and gets the first block here in Atlanta. Boy, just look how relaxed she looks. Got up there in perfect time. It's a rematch of the first match of Fort Lauderdale with these two teams. That serve is just out of bounds. Nice eye as Jen Keddy goes back to serve. Jennifer Keddy, originally out of Missoula, Montana, now lives in Austin, Texas, as does her partner, Katie Lindlow Dickens. Trained together in Austin. Up and over down the line, just out of reach. So first couple of serves going to Kristen Nuss, the defender. The most highly regarded player in Louisiana State University's young beach volleyball program. Out of New Orleans, actually Metairie, Louisiana. right where we had the New Orleans Open a couple months ago. With the left to the deep court for the put away. We're going to switch sides. It is 3-4.
The coaches this weekend, you can always step in and they're going to walk from one side of the court to the other. Their 10,000 set by the end of the match.
Thank you.
Heard a little bit of the chatter there between Kloth and Nuss. They've gone after Nuss for the first couple of serves. Serving from the middle of the court is Keddy Dickens. And the jumper, good eye from Nuss, was going after Kristen again, but it is long, and it's 5-3. Big serve, kept alive. Pretty good pass and a beautiful set. And then Kloth wasn't ready for it. Awesome set from Jennifer Keddy to better the ball, put it in a perfect position. And the decision from Kloth, a little bit of a late decision. The set might have been a little bit lower than she was expecting as well. Keddy going to Nuss. On 2 is Kloth and finds the line. 6-4. Short serve this time, beautiful short serve pass into the net to keep it alive. And the creativity, 2 points in a row, just trying to keep the ball alive, and they managed to get a kill on both of those side out opportunities. Dickens will serve. Again to Nuss. That pass is a little tight, but pretty good set. A chance for Keddy, but it will go down for another kill. So Nuss and Kloth continue to side out strong here at the beginning of the match. When these two teams played each other in the first round in Fort Lauderdale last week. A straight set victory, pretty straightforward for Kloth and Nuss. Perfect pass this time from Keddy. The set is on the money as well, and then at the last second, listening to the call of her partner and finding the open angle. We'll see how much Keddy challenges that block. Keddy and Dickens challenging the block of Taryn Kloth, or if they go high over and make Nuss run a few down. Kloth with the only block so far early on in this match. 1 point to the side switch at 6-7. Low pass, but it looks like that's what she was intending. Nobody up there. Keddy with the dig, but it's just out of reach. Bit of a missed opportunity there. And the side out percentages stay at 100 for Kloth and Nuss. It is 8-6. 88 degrees, just about 59% humidity, which feels cool and dry compared to Fort Lauderdale. Wind, not really a factor, especially since we're here in the stadium. Even if there was a bit of wind, most of it would be blocked out by the stands. I would call it ideal temperatures early in this Friday of the AVP, midway through the day, but first match of the event, we're going to be going to about 11 o'clock Eastern tonight. And back and forth we go. These two teams settling in here, 7-8. Keddy, Lindelof, Dickens back to serve. One of the few players, and maybe might not even be any more, that play 4 full years of indoor volleyball. She played at LSU as well, 2012 through 2015. Also played on their inaugural beach volleyball squad for 4 seasons, 2014 through the 2017 team. After the kill, Taryn Kloth will go back to serve. Played at Creighton University, then played beach volleyball at LSU. Just played 1 year together with Kristen Nuss, 36-0 in 2021. That serve is just out of bounds long. The aggressive serving from Taryn Kloth. It got her an ace early. That's 2 or 3 maybe missed serves now for Taryn Kloth. 8 looking at 9. Low pass, a little bit tight, but the creativity on 2, the pokey for the put away. And Kristen Nuss will serve. Looks like they're running that low pass. And that one was a little too tight, but pretty good spot, especially with the blocker coming from the serve. All sorts of room to work with for Taryn Kloth on 2. High off the hands goes Jennifer Keddy. And Katie Dickens will serve. Katie Lindelow Dickens, also out of the New Orleans area, out of Covington, Louisiana. Grew up pretty close to Kristen Nuss, but about 4 years between the two, so they didn't really play much against each other, as we get an ace serve from Dickens. The ace was the way that Kloth and Nuss got their real point, if you will, from the service line, and Dickens gets it as well, so we're tied at 10. Up the middle, a good pass this time, right out of the middle of the court, and finding the Keddy. Beautiful shot as we take our technical timeout. Pretty good one here in our first match in Atlanta. Nuss and Kloth with the 1-point advantage. This is the second AVP Pro Series event for Dickens and Keddy. They actually went to all 3 of the Gold Series events last year in 2021, playing in their first AVP here in Atlanta and qualifying just like these two did in their first AVP tournament. Of course, Kloth and Nuss went on to win it, and they also got the win in the first AVP of this year, the Austin Pro Series. Kloth and Nuss. Of course, New Orleans is where they really wanted it, but Kelly Chang and Betsy Flint had different plans. In Hermosa Beach, Sarah Sponsel, Therese Cannon, the hometown tournament. Lots of these players train and play in Hermosa Beach. Cannon and Sponsel got their first victory, and then Gradina and Harward, another set of first-time winners. Tina Gradina, the Olympian, finished 4th place in the Olympics, and Latvia, we'll see her again, I do believe, in Chicago. We'll double-check that, though. And Haley Harward, of course, those two studs out of USC, coming off winning a couple national championships. Got their first win in Fort Lauderdale. Your Bally Set 1 stats, you would think they'd be pretty even, and they are. Very high hitting percentage, 778 for Kloth and Nuss, 625 for Dickens and Keddy, the 1 block. Coming for Taryn Kloth, each have had 1 ace as well, and covering almost the exact same distance on the court, these two teams, just over 2,000 feet in the first half of set number 1. Well, let's see after that timeout if one of these teams can figure out a way to start pulling ahead. Pretty easy serve out of the timeout to Keddy, and she'll take advantage, or won't she? No, it is out of bounds. Around the block and just out of bounds, wide, so it is 12-10. Originally out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, is Taryn Kloth. Better serve this time. Easy shot that's picked up by Nuss, and then the option covered. A chance for Nuss to go up by 3, and she finds the Keddy. So good at that. Nuss, and another player that sort of reminded me of Sarah Hughes. So good. When the set may be a little low, they're on the net. They got to be creative and finding that open court. Kristen Nuss dials that shot in from the start. Kloth will continue to be aggressive from the service line. High pass this time from Keddy. And the left is dug by the right of Nuss, and look at that shot, but no. 2 straight one-handed digs, but the shot falls wide, and it is a 4-point lead. Each team has a team timeout to use, and they'll take theirs right now. Thank you for that, ladies. Perfect timing. Dickens and Keddy take their team timeout in set number 1. So I mentioned Kristen Nuss growing up in Metairie, Louisiana, on the south side of Lake Pontchartrain. Directly north of her in Covington, Louisiana, is where Katie Lindelof Dickens grew up. Just go about, past the 24 miles of the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. On the south end of that was Nuss. On the north end was Dickens. Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, where we played the New Orleans Open a couple months ago. Actually, the longest bridge in America and the longest in the world that is over water the entire time, about 24 miles long. Kristen Nuss and Kloth here in their 7th AVP. All of those coming together, of course. 2 wins, Atlanta 21 in their first ever event and the first one of this year. Dickens and Keddy, their 8th AVP as partners, including Tour Series, Pro Series, and now Gold Series events. Dickens' 22nd AVP tournament overall in her career. Those 2 train out of Austin, Texas. Kloth and Nuss out of New Orleans, Louisiana. I mentioned a lot of the players train and live down in Hermosa Beach. Not these 2 teams, though, showing you do not have to be in Southern California to be an absolute stud at beach volleyball, and the NCAA game helping at least the women's side to expand the game all over the country. Kloth and Nuss not only in the USA, but making waves on the international scene as well on the FIVB World Tour. Out of the timeout. Another jump serve, pretty good one, pretty aggressive one out of the timeout. And that's an aggressive swing as well from Katie Dickens. So that stops a 4-0 run by Kloth and Nuss. And Keddy back to serve. Keddy has pretty incredible story. Originally out of Missoula, Montana, played her college ball at Cal Poly. What a dig. And then on 2, but Nuss was ready for it. And Nuss with the wrist away, Keddy this time. It's 15-11. So Keddy, after playing in college, went overseas. As we see the transition kill to keep the side out, keep the 4-point lead by Nuss. Keddy, after playing overseas, she was actually in Germany when she discovered a sickness, came over back to the States. They found that she had a very rare form of cancer, and she is now 4 years in remission. And I look forward to talking to her more and more about her story. Only been playing beach volleyball for a couple of years, says she loves the game. She passed in the back row as a middle blocker when she played in the indoor game, which is relatively rare, so she loves that beach gives her the opportunity to have all the skills. A lot of times middle blockers indoors only do 2 things. They hit and they block. She likes doing everything, which is why she likes the beach. And that's a beautiful cut shot. A little bit rare to see that kind of touch from a middle blocker. That one goes down, and it's 12-16. This is the first of 9 matches on Stadium Court today. We'll have 9 today, 9 tomorrow, and 6 on Sunday. We're going from 1 to 11 here on the first 2 days. Stoked for the night sessions, just like we had in New Orleans. We'll have a couple of night sessions here at Atlantic Station. And then we'll get started at noon Eastern on Sunday. Jump serve, that was going right to the corner. Nice serve, but a good pass. Sets a bit off the net. The pole, it's about the 3rd time Keddy's had a chance to make a dig on the pole, but it goes down for the kill. And it is 17-12. Back to serve. That serve goes out of bounds long. Another missed serve from Kloth, but I like the aggression, especially when you're up by this much. Might as well keep putting the pressure on. It's a 4-point lead with 4 to go. And what do you do if you are Dickens and Keddy, playing a team who is siding out super well right now? Pretty decent float serve. Never got that high over the net. What a dig. 2 digs from Dickens. Shoot set to the outside, and it's down before Dickens can make to it, right on the line. Kristen Nuss. Couple of spectacular digs, but Kristen Nuss with the kill improves her hitting percentage to .667. Good eye, that's out of bounds. Another missed serve for Kloth and Nuss. That's .667 hitting percentage for Kristen Nuss. Your percentage is your number of kills minus your number of errors divided by your total number of attacks. .667 is real good. Another tough serve, but a great pass. It's out of bounds, though. 15 looking at 18. Down to a 3-point deficit with 3 to go. Love that aggressive serving from Dickens. Probably the only thing that could keep them in set number 1 is to try to get Nuss in trouble on the serve. This one is passed perfectly. The bump set's there as well, and nobody up there for Kristen Nuss. You hear DJ Rouchet on the stadium mic. Man of many talents, a man who's been at the AVP for, well, longer than just about anybody. Started in the mid-2000s and has taught me a lot along the way as well. As we switch sides at 16-19. Next match on stadium court, we'll be saying hello to not only Cameron Irwin and Dane Blanton, we'll also be saying hi to Sarah Sponsel and Therese Cannon, as they'll be taking on Molly Turner and Tori Van Winden. Last second partnership to see Turner and Van Winden together here in Atlanta. And we are to 16-18, now just 2 points separating these two teams. So it was a 4-point lead with 4 to go, a 3-point lead with 3 to go, now a 2-point lead with 2 to go. Keddy and Dickens inching their way back into this one. Will Kristen Nuss side out again? Oh, there we go, a pull, and this time a dig that stays alive. A chance for Keddy. Oh, right through the hands. And it will be set point at 2017. Great play in transition from Dickens and Keddy, but Nuss too fast. Can Keddy stave off the first set point? Yes, she does. Boy, what a shot with the left around the block. Not a lot of room to work with on her line, but she found it. 18-20. Looking for an aggressive serve here from Dickens. The last 3 times they've gotten a point off of their serve after a side out. They'll need one right here, this time going at Kloth. Tight set. Not tight for Kloth, though. She goes up there and hammers one in the angle, and that'll do it in set number 1. 21-18, a real solid play from Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss. Looking to defend their title here in Atlanta from 1 year ago. We'll be back for set number 2 in just a couple minutes.
The AVP is brought to you by White Claw Hard Seltzer, by Waikea Hawaiian Volcanic Water. Live Aloha, drink Waikea at waikea.com. By KT Tape, helping athletes of all levels train longer and finish stronger. And by Clean Skin, high-performance sunscreen and skincare products for the outdoor lifestyle.
At Corner Bakery, we're making your choice simple with choose 2 options every day. Choose 2 of your favorites and turn a simple lunch into a perfectly paired meal. And we're not talking about a few choose 2 options. Pair up any sandwich or panini, any cafe fresh salad or warm simmering soup, or any pan sauteed pasta. So many kitchen crafted options, so little time. Your perfect choose 2 combination is waiting at the Corner Bakery.
Dear mainland, aloha. My brother and I hear that most of you only disable your phones when you fly. You call it airplane mode. But maybe you don't have to get on a plane to get away, yeah? Allow my brother to demonstrate. You know what we call this? Corner mode. One life, right? Mahalo.
Longboard Island Lager and Big Wave Golden Ale from Kona Brewing.
Those radio gym shorts that you have from college, they're done. Get them out of here. It's time to upgrade your short game with the one from Fabletics Men.
We love them. Your girlfriend will be stealing these. They're the best.
This fabric fixes another major issue, fit.
It's got this crazy stretch to it that looks so cute when I do my yoga or errands or like literally anything. They're the most comfortable, best feeling, luxe-tastic fabric that we have ever worn.
It's the choices we make that define us.
Tryon Trevor's coming off a tough, heartbreaking loss.
And ultimately, the enemy is within. Some people want it, some wish for it, but others make it happen.
Tryon Trevor's super lethal, bringing fire and passion to the court.
How will you take charge?
Welcome back inside Stadium Court here at Atlantic Station as we check out the Valley's Set 1 stats. Dickens, Keddy, Kloth, and Nuss up against each other again after meeting last week in Fort Lauderdale. And Kloth and Nuss started to pull away there in the second half of the set. You see increasing that hitting percentage over 230 compared to Dickens and Keddy, 565 to 333. Both teams, though, frankly, played pretty solid. The serving, both teams were really tough on their serves, forcing the others into some difficult situations, but the creativity on offense was in high gear as well. High-level set from all four players. Let's see if we can do it again. First serve to Kristen Nuss. The set to the middle of the court, and it's kept alive momentarily by Katie Dickens, just out of reach over the referee. And Keddy was asking for a little help. I'm okay with introducing like a lifeline. You get one ref help per match if you need it, if they're willing. He was ready. Right to the corner, and Keddy watches this one fall in. We saw multiple times in set number one. The missed serves from Kloth and Nuss were long. That one, the bottom dropped out of it at the last second into the corner, 2-0. This one into the lap, but on two, that is a tough swing to make. Nuss all over it and then throwing one back. If the set goes on top of the net, you are allowed to use both hands, throw it down either direction, whatever you want to do. Nice play from Dickens for the kill. And that was a really tough swing on two as well. Not many players would have dug it like Nuss did. 1-2. Nuss watches that one fall long. Taryn Kloth back to serve, a star on the indoor side at Creighton. Tallied over 1,400 kills in her 4-year career. Put her on the all-time list at Creighton. Ooh, the deep pokey jumbo. I like that shot. With the knuckles, the pokey going up and over Keddy. And Katie likes it as well. To the back set goes Kloth. They gave just about every serve to Kristen Nuss in the first set. The last one went to Kloth, maybe trying to catch her off guard, or it was just a mistake. Either way, Kloth just annihilated a ball to finish the first set. They go to her here early in the second, and she takes advantage of that one as well. Nuss all over that one down the line. Beautiful transition high set from Taryn Kloth, and Nuss with the kill. So a quick start, 5-2. Nuss and Kloth just continue to get better and better and better. 28-8 in their young AVP career. 24-1 when winning the first set. So they've only lost 4% of matches after winning the first set. And it's a hot start here in set number 2. They're really good at adjusting as well. So often they win that second set by even more than the first. Love that play. Keddy, after passing, got way outside the court, outside, like an outside hitter from indoor. 16-11 on the AVP for Dickens and Keddy. And they are 3-9 when losing the first set. They go to Kloth again, another back set, and Kloth with the hard cross body right on the edge of the line. Dickens was ready to call that one out. Just bounced the sideline, did Taryn Kloth. Boing. Got it. Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss. Kloth with the ace. First ball into the stands. And thrown back. Almost hits Keddy. Goes under the legs of Dickens. Quick note, if you're in the stands and you get a ball to you, maybe don't throw it at the players if they're not looking. We're good, though. We're fine. 7-3. Kloth and Nuss keep getting better and better, and something we sort of expect for a long time. Nuss has been a stud her entire young career on the beach at LSU. They loved her for 4 years. Taryn Kloth, a little bit of a latecomer in comparison to the beach game, and she has got a lot of room to grow, and she's already extremely good. That's a team we might be seeing on the international stage for the USA in coming high-level competitions. Those two have played 5 FIVB World Tour events together. Started on the Futures earlier this year. Futures, Challenge, and Elite on the FIVB. They started in the Futures. Next 2 tournaments were Challenge level tournaments, and now they are into the Elite. The Elite 16 for the FIVB. They've got 1 FIVB World Tour win already in their career. Nuss back to serve 8, looking at 4. Shoot set to the outside, a little too fast, and the shot is out of bounds long. 9-4. Kristen Nuss has covered almost 3,000 feet. Love that we're tracking the number of jumps. So many max jumps that these players take every single match. It is an athletic sport, isn't it? It is an extremely difficult sport to get started playing. Just let's say you're not a huge beach volleyball fan, which, I mean, you're watching the first match in Atlanta. Better be a volleyball fan, at least you are now. But think about walking through the sand, if you don't walk through the sand much, and how hard it is just getting maybe from the sidewalk to the water. Now think about running and jumping 60 times a match. Pretty incredible what these athletes can do, especially as it gets hotter and hotter here in Atlanta. Just about 89 degrees right now. The sun is out. The clouds were covering, which was nice this morning. The sun has come out. The clouds will sort of be scattered throughout the day and maybe throughout the weekend as well. The humidity might shoot up a little bit. Also, we've had a hot couple of tournaments in Fort Lauderdale and now here at Atlanta. And that serve, not technically an ace, but let's give her a service winner, shall we? Taryn Kloth, 11-5. We're going to take an early team timeout as Kloth and Nuss up by 6. Dickens and Keddy need to figure something out right now here in Atlanta. First round of the winner's bracket. This is a 16-team double elimination tournament. The winner of this first match will play one more later this afternoon/evening. Loser goes on to the first round of the contenders bracket tomorrow. 6 attacks for both teams here, 5 kills for Kloth and Nuss. Again, 667 compared to 333 for Dickens and Keddy, and those 3 aces. The difference here. Darren Kloth, Kristen Nuss. You might have heard DJ Rouchet say it in their intro. They had an issue, almost didn't even make it to the court with their own gear. A couple hours before this match started, they were stuck in the hotel. There was an issue with the lock, as you can see on Kristen Nuss's story on Instagram. Eventually, they had to drill a hole through the door so they could get into it. They were about to have to run over to the Slunks booth and get some new gear for this match, but about an hour before the match, they got what they needed. They ran out here to Atlantic Station, just across the street, and they look fully ready to rock. The jump serve, a little bit off speed. Maybe the toss was a little bit too far forward. Still was not an easy serve to take care of, but Dickens and Keddy do out of the timeout, 6-11. And now you're just gonna steal my coffee? You feel like you can just take the cup, whatever? Okay, it's fine. Only 2 people I would let come and drink my coffee. You, Kim, my wife, and DJ Rouchet, because I've told him he can do whatever he wants. He's already stolen my mic. He can take my coffee too, I guess. 12, looking at 6. Oh my gosh, that pizza? What? Cameron's eating pizza. That's not nice in a small room because everybody can smell it and you're the only one that has it, Cameron. Not cool. Raising and ripping in the high, heavy snap from Jen Keddy. 7-12, 2 to the tech. Boy, look at that beautiful back set. Maybe a little bit off the net for Nuss. But the one-arm stab to keep it alive. Keddy will have another chance to turn the transition point that they desperately need. No, my goodness. Oh, that's on the line. Are you kidding me? We're going to take a look at that one on the court, but I can tell you from my view, that was on the line. An insane point from Kristen Nuss. Just ridiculous. The crowd is loving it. DJ Rouchet is loving it. Let's take a look at that again. Nice dig by Dickens to start, or rather by Keddy to start off the rally in our Wilson play of the day. Thought that one might be going down. I really thought that one was going down, but Nuss says, no, I would really, really like this point. Thank you. The Wilson play of the day. Yes, that was in, Kristen. 13-7. Make it 14-7. Kloth with the transition put away, and we have got ourselves a blowout in set number 2. Kloth and Nuss already up 1-0. I think they like it in Atlanta, don't you? Yes, they do. Happy to be back, returning to the site of their first AVP tournament and, of course, their first AVP.
The crowd is revved up for this one, the women's championship final. First meeting ever between these 2 teams. 7-2 early, shooting it over. Nuss picks it up. Kloth lets it drop. Wow. So the hunters are now the hunted. And there's trouble, big trouble, and that will do it. Clay's down the line. Nuss dives. Nuss cut shot is beautiful. I just got the chills. Clays has it as we expected. Takes the back set off speed, and she's got it. Well, Kelly Clay's pulling the string there, and the match is tied up 1 set apiece. Here we go. Clays took a look, and she hammers it home. Off speed, and it's rolling right out of bounds. Wow. That was the cut shot of the century if it goes over. Cross court, this could be it. Nuss for the win. She's got it. Kloth and Nuss have done it. They have won the championship. Their first AVP win ever.
An absolute thriller, a 3-set victory against the Olympians just coming out of Tokyo. And Kloth and Nuss, against all odds, at least that's what a lot of people thought, but here in Atlanta, they got a lot of fans real close by, and they showed up, pushed their team along, and Kloth and Nuss made their mark on the AVP right away. They now come in as the 4th seed. Sarah Sponsel, who they beat in Atlanta last year with new partner Therese Cannon, coming in as the number 1. Sarah Hughes and Kelly Kalinsky, Kelly Chang and Betsy Flint closing out the top 4. A highly competitive tournament. All the teams here in Atlanta want the first gold series. Short set to Keddy. Kloth is all over it. It's 15-7. Not only is it the first gold series event, it's also the first opportunity to get points for the championships in Phoenix. Only 6 teams will be in Phoenix at the end of September. The top 4 spots in Phoenix are reserved for those who qualify via the Gold Series. You take your best 2 out of 3 finishes in the Gold Series to qualify you for Phoenix. Also a couple of potential wild cards for that one. And it all starts right now. A big finish here puts you well on your way to making it to the championships. 324 team hitting percentage is decent, but Dickens and Keddy need better when they're facing somebody hitting over 600 like Kloth and Nuss. Keddy with the block. So making her mark at the net. And pretty tough float serve. Turns into an option, turns into another block. 2 straight from Jen Keddy. Jen Keddy out of Missoula, Montana, and Cal Poly, and waiting for 2 straight blocks. She needs that. The middle blocker channeling her inner middle. 10-15. Not challenging the block this time. Keddy wanted it though. She almost read it too, but it was just out of reach. .480 hitting percentage for Kristen Nuss. Couple of errors. By the way, a block from the other team is also considered an error for yourself. Blocked Tristan, blocked Taryn, and my goodness, what a rundown to keep it alive. Taryn Kloth will have a chance to make it a 7-point lead again, and she will not take that chance. Just out of bounds wide. Taryn can't believe it. Got all sorts of open line to work with. It's 1-6, and it's 1 point to the side. Switch. Next match for the winner of this match will take on Lily and Larissa, who've been wrecking shop on the Tour Series events. The Maestrini couple, Larissa, Lily. Larissa, the legend of beach volleyball from Brazil, loves playing on the AVP now. And they'll take on the winner of this one in the 2nd round of the winner's bracket later on at about 6:25 tonight. .17 looking at 11. It looks like Taryn will continue to jump serve. She's got 3 aces and 3 errors. That's actually a pretty good ratio. Another tough serve to the deep courts. Dickens. Big swing, but it's a dig kill. Kristen Nuss. How about that reaction? Super heavy swing from Dickens right at the face, but Nuss gets her fists up there in time. And sometimes when you're in the right position, it'll just fall your way. It's 18-11. it is out of bounds long. Taryn takes a look at both referees. They say we saw it. About an inch out, and it's 12-18. Nobody up there, and Kristen Nuss says thank you. Right up the middle, 19-12. And after the kill, Nuss gets a little sand out of her eye, or tries to get a little sand out of her eye. She's good, and she'll serve. 13 digs for Kristen Nuss. That serve won't quite clear the net. 13 looking at 19. Keddy covered over 4,000 feet. Love to see that. 51 jumps. We'll be tracking all the players' stats like that throughout the weekend. It is match point 2013. Taryn Kloth with her 3 aces. Back to serve to try to close it out. Kloth and Nuss could finish this match hitting over 500 as a team. Serve goes out of bounds long, and it's 14-20, 1 to the switch or 1 to the end of the match. And that goes out of bounds long, and that's the final serve. 21-18, 21-14. Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss. Steady, steady, steady from wire to wire. A real solid play from them, and frankly, not a bad match from Jen Keddy and Katie Dickens, just overpowered by Kloth and Nuss. So Dickens and Keddy into tomorrow. Kloth and Nuss move on to take on Larissa and Lily. They were locked out of their room. They got back in just in time, got their gear, and got to the court. Diving into the angle, Taryn Kloth started us off with some good play at the net. A lot of those shots from Kristen Nuss were just out of reach. Taryn Kloth was very aggressive from the service line as well. They had the option going. We had a few very long and impressive rallies from both teams in this match, and that little cutty, that short shot from Kristen Nuss, so deadly. That was how set number 1 ended as they went after Taryn Kloth. That was a bad idea. That's how she started set number 2 as well. They served Taryn Kloth. She goes up and over in the line. Kloth serving tough, jump serving all match long. Would love to see her continue that as the Gold Series goes on. Kristen Nuss with her 13 digs was on fire from the start. Kloth and Nuss begin their defense of Atlanta very, very strongly. As we get ready for the next match, Dickens and Keddy. Kloth and Nuss got us started off pretty well. Kloth and Nuss, 42 attacks, 29 kills, and just 7 errors to hit over 500 as a team. 14 digs, 13 of those coming from Kristen Nuss. A couple of blocks from Taryn Kloth, and 4 aces as well. You'd like to see that service error number go down, but I love how aggressive they were being. Congrats to Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss as they start their defense here at the Gold Series.